If I handed you a $100 bill today and told you that in 5 years' time it would buy you only a sandwich and a soda, would you still stuff it or keep it in cash in your bank? Stay with me for the next couple of minutes. I'm going to show you exactly how governments have been pulling this trick for 2 millennia, why the Federal Reserve is powerless to stop it right now, and the three simple moves I'm making in my portfolio to come out ahead. This isn't theory, it's pattern recognition. So let's get right into it. Think of the US economy as a house with two roommates who share one bank account. Congress is the roommate who orders steak for 12, orders a new gaming rig every quarter, and always forgets his wallet. The Federal Reserve is the spreadsheet nerd who's supposed to keep the lights on and the thermostat from going too high. In a healthy house, Congress spends what it earns in taxes or borrows responsibly. The Fed sets interest rates and the money supply to keep inflation in check. They have clear lanes. But here's the twist that changes everything. Congress, the government, has been on a multi-trillion-dollar bender. 2 trillion infrastructure deal done, 1 trillion COVID relief deal done, 900 billion defense budget auto approved. Revenue last year 4.5 trillion. Outgoing 6.5 trillion. That's 2 trillion more than they brought in. To cover the tab, Treasury issues bonds, government IOUs. The problem, foreign buyers like China and Japan are slowing down. Pension funds want high yields. The markets are whispering, we're tapped out, meaning no thank you, mate. Enter fiscal dominance. Congress leans over to the Fed and says, hey, listen, we can't afford high interest rates. So how about you buy the bonds? And at the same time, why don't you keep yields low? Print whatever it takes, so the Fed creates new dollars, buys the debt, and the cycle clocks in. More dollars chase the same goods, inflation, the dollar buys less, your savings evaporate. That's the entire debasement trade in one paragraph. Three numbers I watch every week to know when fiscal dominance is tightening its grip is number one, Treasury bid to cover ratio below 2.0, not enough real buyers showing up. Fed balance sheet plateauing or growing after they swear they're shrinking it. And number three, congressional freakout. The moment 10-year yields pick up over 0.5% and you see Congress freaking out, these are the three signs I'm always looking out for. When all three flash red, the printing press is no longer a policy tool, it's a lifeline. This isn't new. Governments have weaponized the money printer since coins were invented. For example, I'm going to share examples in history when they have done this before. A. Rome during the 1st to 3rd century AD. Nero needs cash for wars and palaces and his lavish lifestyle. Solution, we're going to recall the silver denarii and melt them, reissue them at 90% silver. And we're going to pocket the difference, which was great. Went on to really enjoy his lifestyle. By 270 AD, the denarius is only 0.02% silver. So essentially, it was copper with a silver wash. What happened to society? Well, prices rose 1,000% in 50 years. Legionary pay lagged inflation. Mutinies spiked. The middle class merchants saw life savings turn to pocket change. Tax base collapsed. Empire fractured into civil wars. 2 centuries of debasement helped turn the Mediterranean superpower into a patchwork of feudal states. Next example is Weimar Germany, 1921 till 1923, World War I repartitions, 132 billion gold marks. No gold, no industry, no problem. We'll just print the paper marks. 1921, $1 was equal to 60 marks. By 1923, $1 equaled 4.2 trillion marks. The impacts on society, wheelbarrows of cash for a loaf of bread. Lifetime savings of teachers, doctors, engineers gone in weeks. Hyperinflation birthed political extremism. The middle class voted for anyone promising stability. Within a decade, you know the history. Nazi consolidation. The currency collapse didn't cause the Third Reich, but it fertilized the ground. Think about what is currently happening with global politics at the moment, and you can see a pattern. The next example is United States, 1971, the Nixon shock, 1960s Vietnam, plus a great society spending deficit was spiraling. Foreign central banks, France and the UK, decided they want to redeem dollars for gold at $35 an ounce, so the US gold vault started to drain fast. In August 15, 1971, Nixon suspends convertibility of gold to dollar temporarily, which is still ongoing. The impact to society. Since then, the dollar has lost 94% of its purchasing power.